I'm the scat man. Hey, what's going on, everybody? EnteR ChazmaN here, back with not necessarily something new, but something I haven't been doing too frequently. Is ChazmaN Live. That is me kind of just riffing and doing whatever. We don't have anything really planned. But as I'm kind of looking around, looking for content to cover, there's a lot of video game stuff happening today and yesterday. So I figured that's probably largely what we're going to be covering and watching here. And just kind of seeing a lot of these announcements and things of the sort that have been. If you don't know why there's a lot of game stuff happening today, yesterday and today, it's because TGS 2025 is happening this week over in Japan. That is Tokyo Game Show, which Tokyo Game Show, if you don't know, is kind of an extension of like Gamescom. Back in the day, it used to be like there was E3, then Gamescom, then Tokyo Game Show. You had all these different events announcing all of games and showing stuff. So nowadays, we don't really have E3. So really, the only two major shows now we have are Gamescom and Tokyo Game Show. And they've been showing off some cool stuff. There's a lot of trailers that have been kind of getting shown off. So what do you say we go ahead and just... I want to watch some stuff. I think literally, I didn't even know it. Literally right now, there's a state of play happening. So I think I'm literally just going to watch that if you don't mind. Hey, Skylar Twilight's in chat said, howdy, I am alive. What's up, Skylar? So I think largely this stream is going to be kind of just reacting to a lot of these game announcements, games trailers. And then I do want to talk a little bit about Alien Earth, which I have been watching. So that's probably one of the couple things. We'll see how long. That probably means I'll have to be doing this for like 4 hours to cover all that, but it's all good. So what do you say? Let's go ahead and just start covering some stuff. I should be able to turn this into a bunch of content. I should say I'm in the very early stages of coming up with something new for the channel. I broached the idea for something. Well, it may not even be for this channel. It may get its own channel, but I haven't even begun coming up with the specifics. But there's an interesting off-brand series I'm thinking about doing, and I broached the idea with my buddy Phoenix from the channel, if you've seen him, and he thought it was an amazing idea. He thought it was super funny and something I should definitely approach. So if he likes, I normally pass my ideas through him, and if he loves them, I'm like, oh, cool, maybe I'll do that. So. It probably will be getting its own channel. I haven't even begun really planning on. I guess the only thing I'll tell you is that it has to do with interviews. That's all I'll tell you. So you may be getting some interview content here in the near future. It's something I got to figure out how to do. It's probably going to take me a week or two to even figure out how to do it. But I told him the specifics of my interviews and what I want to do, and he was like, oh, that sounds really fun. So we'll see. All right. At least put that out there. Maybe in the Discord I'll share that, what I'm doing there. But it may get its own channel. I already have a lot of content here on my normal channel, so we'll see. All right, what do you say? Literally, give me a second. There is a state of play happening, so I think I'm just going to freaking watch that live. State of play. Sorry for not having this already. I was busy today. Okay, so the state of play literally just ended 5 minutes ago. So let's go ahead and queue this up, and I'm gonna have some fun watching me some PlayStation stuff. Okay, if you could let me know how the audio sounds. I can't tell if that's gonna be super loud or not. Why not? Let's put it in 1440. Alright, so I think we can get rid of the banner for now. Alright, here we go. Let's see what PlayStation is putting forth. 28 minutes. I don't got 28 minutes. Skip ahead to... there we go. Alright, let's get the background out of here. Alright, so again, if you guys could, let me know how audio sounds. But yeah, this is just going to be ChazmaN Live. It's going to be me relaxing, kind of talking with you guys, and seeing what's kind of going around the internet. I've already done a couple ChazmaN Lives where I talked about iDubbbz. I talked about some of the stuff with Logan Paul. I think I touched on Boogie 2988 and stuff. So this isn't completely new, but it's something that people in the Discord seemed like they wanted back. So I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna start doing this weekly. And Wednesday, I think Wednesdays are the days I decided we're gonna do. Oh no, Thursdays. If you don't know, I'm doing ChazmaN Live then today because I'm not gonna be in tomorrow. So there will be no content tomorrow. I'm gonna be at a concert, but I'll be back Friday. Oh, I forgot to turn off the music. I can hear you. All right, let's see what PlayStation has in store. How long is this event? It is only a half hour, 40 minutes. That's not terrible. Is this the game Soros? I think this is Soros. This is a game I'm very curious about if this is it.
Every time the sun dies, time stretches and tears.
Only reason why I can recognize this is because it's made by the Returnal people, which I really enjoyed that game. It's one of my favorite games the last 10 years. This looks exactly like it. I hope you enjoy the contest with Skylar. Thank you so much. Me and friends are going to watch Weird Al Yankovic and on the other side of Florida.
Scan for Soltari signals.
Signal corrupted. Approximating.
Yeah, this is definitely Soros, so we're getting to see some gameplay.
Confirmed.
This is that the development company is Housemarque.
Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Gregory Loudon, creative director at Housemarque. Today we are thrilled to show off this first look of gameplay for Saros running on PS5. Saros builds on Returnal's award-winning action and tells the emotional and haunting story of Arjun Devraz's drive for answers on the shape-shifting planet.
So basically, this is just Returnal, from what I'm gonna venture, which I'm okay with. I love Returnal, so.
Here we show off one of our exciting combat features, the Soltari Shield.
Soltari
By
Shield.
holding R1, you can defend yourself and absorb projectiles.
That's a delicious coffee. Oh, I forgot to share my screen.
By absorbing projectiles, you can now hit back hard using your power weapon. By holding the adaptive trigger on L2, you'll be able to destroy enemies using Eclipse-driven weaponry.
Soltari holocache detected.
Mark it on the map.
Here is a Soltari hololog, where you can learn more about lost Carcosa.
I'll try to forget.
Hold up for me. I will find you. I promise.
Well, like I said, I'm happy with just more Returnal, if I can get that. I love Returnal. I think Returnal, along with like Hades, and maybe a couple other games, are some of the best. Oh, Clair Obscura now, I guess. I would say Clair Obscura, Hades, and Returnal are three of like the best games I've played like the last 10, 15 years.
This is Second Chance, where you can be revived on first death to get straight back into the action. Second Chance is part of our permanent progression systems, which means you will always come back stronger.
Oh, I want to play it. When can I play it? What is that? Are those skulls? No, it's rocks.
The
Housemog.
sun is forever.
Are we gonna get a date?
We hope you loved that first look at gameplay. We're looking forward to revealing more on our mysterious and moving story and our amazing ensemble cast
cool
of
shirt.
NPCs in the coming months. Next year is when you'll be able to play Saros on PS5 and enhanced for PS5 Pro.
Next year.
Thanks for
Nice.
watching. We can't wait to share more from all of the team working on Saros.
Cool. That's definitely one I'm gonna be playing. Now, are they gonna connect it to Returnal? That would be really cool if, like... I don't think they will, but Returnal was kind of, I don't know, I feel like you could connect it. I don't remember the specifics behind Returnal. Camera's a little off. March. Okay, cool. Nope. That's one I'll definitely be playing. Saros. Yep, that's what I'm watching. I know.
You actually want to deploy her?
What is
You
this
cannot be
game?
serious.
Cascade is one of our most highly trained operants.
This is that game that's
She's
been
been shelved for
out for a while.
5 years. The parties marked her as a failure.
She won't have to do it alone.
What's it
Our
called?
whole
Oh, is it
squad
Disco
is still
Elysium?
out there.
I thought they'd all been ripped to shreds.
Probably. But she can scrape what's left of them back together. Lead them to their deaths all over again.
And what if she butchers it like last time?
We'll do what we always do. Throw more assets at the problem. We have plenty more.
I guess. She's a pathetic, fragile embarrassment.
I know. I think
And
this
her
is
methods are
like a
so
sequel to
unhinged.
Disco Elysium. I don't think this looks like the actual
But they get results, no?
one.
Long-range missiles get results.
Show a little faith. We're at the end of history. Everything that could go wrong already has.
0 Prada Days. I think that might be by the Disco Elysium company, which, from what I understand, like that entire company, whatever, I don't remember the name of it, that came up with Disco, but they like, apparently they had like a bunch of inner turmoil within the studio, and like apparently a bunch of people disliked each other, disliked the future of the company, so like almost that entire development studio has like branched off and is like not working. But I think there's like a small amount of them that are still making stuff under that company name, and I think that's a game made by them. I could be wrong, because it looked exactly like, I've never played Disco Elysium, but it looked almost exactly like it. Flight Simulator coming to PlayStation. I always say I want to play Flight Simulator, and I don't. Mount Fuji. Boom. Sky is gone. Microsoft Flight Simulator on PlayStation. I like how it says Microsoft on it. Funny. That'll be interesting. Oh, VR support. That's cool.
Hostiles inbound. 100 meters in closing.
I got 2. East side.
Moving right to left.
I got 3 west side. Frame shoot. On the T of execute. 3, 2, 1. Execute.
Battlefield Studios.
The world as it's commonly known has crumbled.
Is this just
Alliances
Battlefield?
that held since the end of World War II, gone.
Dagger, this is Pax's ballsiest play yet.
If they succeed, they will have secured the most strategic rock in the history of warfare. Want to help our friends take back this rock?
We're playing a dangerous game, no doubt about it. Wouldn't be Dago without insurmountable odds.
The whole world's gonna look different now. Just takes a little shake of perspective.
Gotta love a challenge.
I mean, this is just straight up Battlefield, right?
Stand by for re-attack call.
Light them up!
I would love to get into another Battlefield. I mean, I haven't gotten into a first-person shooter since Destiny, so I feel like I'm in the mood to play
But we don't know how high it goes.
You trying to start a war with the CIA?
That is not the fucking question!
This is it. I know what I gotta do.
October.
Hey everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann. Sean and I are back to share news and release
the
dates
height
for games
difference,
coming to
goodness.
PS5.
But first, thanks to EA and Battlefield Studios for that new look at the single-player campaign for Battlefield 6. It launches October 10th on PS5.
Now, let's celebrate one of my favorite games of all time, which is marking its 25th anniversary this year.
25th anniversary?
Deus Ex returns. This PS5 remaster, is a collaboration between Eidos Montreal and Aspyr, the studio
I've never
behind
played the original
remastered
Deus
classics
Ex.
like Tomb Raider and Soul Reaver.
It's on its way back to the people. And you can't do a damn thing about it.
You play as JC Denton,
Don't tell me you're going to wear your
an augmented operative working to uncover the truth.
Vision is augmented.
This new version adds enhanced visuals, overhauled controls, and support for key PS5 features like haptic feedback.
That is an old game.
Deus Ex influenced a generation of RPGs with its emphasis on choice and consequence. No two playthroughs unfold the same. Deus Ex Remastered arrives on PS5 early next year. It's almost Halloween, and you know what they say, everyone's entitled to one good scare.
Oh, a
Death
Halloween
comes to
game.
Haddonfield in Halloween the Game, a tribute to the John Carpenter classic. The team at IllFonic invites players to an asymmetrical
IllFonic,
horror
okay.
sandbox where you can play as a
They're the
civilian
team that's
survivor
made all those
or
games.
Michael Myers himself.
Friday the 13th.
In each game,
and
it's
stuff.
up to you as survivors to save these hapless townfolk
Evil
or to
Dead
hunt
2.
them down as Michael Myers. He possesses unique abilities like shape jump, allowing him to move around the map unseen and pop out where you'd least expect him. Playing as a civilian, it's up to you to lead townsfolk to safety, find a phone, and call the police for help. Civilians can also scavenge for gear and weapons to help them survive when they inevitably cross paths with the unstoppable Michael Myers. Become the boogeyman or protect his victims when Halloween the Game launches on September 8th, 2026.
Whoa, that's late. Holy cow. All late next year. Okay.
Two big announcements from 11th Hour Games. First, their hit action RPG Last Epoch is in development for a PS5. This celebrated dungeon crawler is known for its extensive skill customization, deep and rewarding loot system, and massive time-traveling world. You'll battle through the past, taking down gods and toppling cursed empires to
Yo,
save
can't
the
wait.
world
Oh, for
from
the
its
Halloween
ruined
game?
future.
That looks kind of cool. Why announce that now?
As for that second
I would announce
announcement,
that next year. Like, that doesn't come out till September 2026? Goodness, that's a long wait.
Last Epoch's first major expansion, Orobis, will arrive at the same time as the upcoming PS5 release. The Seven Deadly Sins Origin is an open-world RPG based on the beloved Japanese series, offering a vast single-player campaign and multiplayer areas where cooperation and exploration go hand in hand. Follow in the footsteps of Tristan, the Prince of Britannia, and play an original story you can experience only in the game. Capture creatures,
So pretty.
go fishing,
That is a long way to go if they're going to announce
Cook
it this
your own
early at
meals.
Skylar. Well, for a
mine
Halloween
resources,
game, that's like a
and
Halloween
craft
time
new
game. Why
items
announce
as
it
you
this
explore
Halloween?
Britannia on your own.
I would have waited till
Or
next year
step
to
beyond
announce
the
that.
open world to tackle dungeons with a team of up to 4 other players. In a multiverse
I don't know, that's just
that
me.
transcends time and space,
I don't think it's
original
bad
heroes
to announce
join
it this
forces
early.
with
I just
beloved characters from the series
don't
to
see
embark
why the
on a
rush to
grand
announce it.
adventure. Venture out alone or with friends when the 7 Deadly Sins Origin arrives on January 28th.
Unless they were just looking for something to announce for this stream.
2 iconic characters finally
They're just like,
meet in
quick,
Sonic Racing
this game.
Crossworlds, launching on PS5 tomorrow.
Where's Veronica? We've got Sonic here.
Mega Man and his trusty vehicle, the Rush Roadster, join the lineup as part of the Mega Man DLC pack that arrives early next year. But they're not alone. Proto Man also speeds into the pack. Also included is a stunning reimagining of Dr. Wily's castle from the Mega Man series. Familiar sights and sounds will take players back to some of Mega Man's most memorable adventures.
Mega Man, says Skylar? Was he not?
Pack comes to PS5
Oh, is
next
this a
year
new
as part of the
announcement?
Season Pass and Digital Deluxe
I didn't know this was
Edition.
a new announcement.
The early unlock period is already
I thought this was
underway,
already known
so
that Mega
Digital
Man was
Deluxe
in there.
Edition owners can get into Sonic Racing Crossworlds right now.
Up next, 2 announcements from Koei Tecmo Games, including a release date for Neo 3.
Even the stage, no ways. That's cool. You're excited for.
Who will be Shogun?
Kurimatsu, why?
You'll never understand what it means!
I am Himiko. On my honor as queen, I shall defeat Kiriko.
My timeless friend, I trust you. Nothing will stop me from
What
becoming
game is this? This
Shogun.
Neo? They
So
said?
long as this dark radiance exists, my fights will continue.
Sengoku.
To rule, one must prove their might.
The light of hope. Like
Music
the
is
sea
so
at
good.
The end of time. Go now.
You wish to become Shogun?
Never been big on Mega Man. I don't think I've tried playing
Maybe
many
you
of
don't
them.
want it enough. What makes a Shogun anyway?
Takachio! Strength and superiority are what make a Shogun, and I have both! Strength alone is not enough to end this war!
Neo 3. I think Tim in our Discord, I think he really likes Neo. I think he played 1 and 2 or something. Dynasty Warriors? Ooh, that looks like a Nintendo DS version, like an old one or something. Oh no, that's probably a PSP version.
Another
Whoa,
world
hello.
snuffed from existence.
My name's Chaz. Bandai Namco.
Our focus, our true objective.
No, another Dark
is to
Soul or
save
Souls
this
like.
world, our current world.
Veronica Rose said, "What did I miss? You missed
Need I
something
remind
big."
you?
Hold on, I'll rewind it. What is this? 4811. We'll come back. See if I can get back to the big announcement you missed. Right here.
With friends when the 7 Deadly Sins Origin arrives on January 28th.
Bandai Namco. There you go. This is what you missed. That was the
2
big
iconic
thing.
characters finally meet in Sonic Racing Crossworlds, launching on PS5 tomorrow. Mega Man and his trusty vehicle, the Rush Roadster.
This isn't a live event. It just happened maybe 20-30 minutes ago.
Early
So, I
next
mean,
year.
this is my live reaction, but this This event
But
just
they're
happened.
not alone. Proto-Man also speeds into the pack.
Proto-Man.
Also included is a stunning reimagining of Dr. Wily's castle from the Mega Man series. Familiar sights and sounds will take players back to some of Mega Man's most memorable adventures. The Mega Man DLC pack comes to PS5 next year as part of the Season Pass and Digital Deluxe Edition. The early unlock period is already underway, so Digital Deluxe Edition owners can get into Sonic Racing Cross Worlds right now.
Alright, where was I? 4811.
Up next, 2 announcements from Koei Tecmo Games.
Another world
Ooh, hello.
snuffed
You
from
again.
existence.
Our focus.
I know this
Our
game.
true
This is
is to save this world, our current world.
trying to say Megamind.
Need I remind you that tampering with history is strictly forbidden?
I forget the name of it. It's like another Souls-like game or something. Which means I definitely won't be playing it.
It's time I faced my past. Let's go.
Megamind Oasis, Skylar. Yeah, Megamind's coming to Sonic Racing. It's a big deal.
Today, you'll pay your dues!
That's right, Code Vein. Yep, not a my type of game, but I'm sure somebody out there is loving that. Don't like Souls-likes. Too hard, too annoying, don't like the combat.
Back in June, we debuted Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, right here on State of Play.
Today, we're joined by the game's director, followed by news from other special guests who are joining us just as Tokyo Game Show kicks off in Japan.
And they are showing... This is literally just all stuff we've already known about. What have they talked about already? I don't even remember. Oh, seeing Soros was kind of a deal for me.
オリジナルスタッフの一人として大変嬉しく思っています。今回、イバリスクロニクルズという新しい形で、
Yeah, we basically, in my opinion, I haven't seen anything that I didn't know
我々
about,
も
so...
ワクワクしています。フルボイスや難易度調整など、ファンの方はもちろん、これまで遊んだことがない
I think the first announcement's the only thing that was cool, and that's because a game I already knew about was Soros, but I wanted to know more
Do
about
not
it.
feign concern for me. I see your words for what they are.
どなたでも楽しんでいただける内容となっておりますので、ぜひ遊んでみてください。それでは発売をお楽しみに。
Oh, you killed him. Oh, that comes out in a couple days. That's cool.
Now then, shall we play?
What the heck? Uncle Death and Shin
いよいよ発表で
Hideyuki.
きる時が来ました。タイトル名はレッド・イット・ダイ。
Let it die, Inferno.
ということはレッド・イット・ダイの正統後継作品ってことですね。
はい。開発チーム頑張ってます。このゲームは近接アクションとローグライトを軸に PVPVE の仕組みを取り入
Game
れ
that
た
combines melee action,
エ
roguelites.
クストラクション
Oh,
アクションゲームとなっています。
oh,
プレイ
extraction
ヤー
game,
は
no.
地獄門と呼ばれる巨大な穴を探索するレイダ
Raiders,
ーと
Depths
な
of
り
Hell Gate.
たくさんの恐ろしい怪物や他のプレイヤーのレイダーたちが入り乱れているフィールドを探索し踏破を目指します。今度は地獄
So
なん
this
です
time
ね。
we're in hell, huh?
はい。 探索で手に入れたアイテ
You
ムを
want to
持
keep
ち
the
帰る
items
た
you
め
pick up while exploring. You
無
need
事
to
生
survive and
還
make
した
it
いとこ
home
ろですが
safely.
死亡すると全てロストしてしまいます。所持品だけではなく
And I'm not just talking about your gear, you'll lose your character body too.
相変わら
What?
ず理
Same
不
old
尽だ
crazy
ね。
nonsense.
はい。レイダーたちは探索
Raiders
と
keep
ボデ
exploring
ィ
and
の入れ
switching
替
bodies
え
again and
を
again,
何度も何度も
building
繰
the
り返
ultimate
し
version of themselves.
一番強い自分を作り上げて
How deep can they go?
ど
The
こまで潜れ
competition,
るかを
that's the
競う
real
のが
thrill.
醍醐味となっています。皆さんに新たな
Hope
面
you
白
enjoy
さを
this
感
new
じても
gameplay
らえると嬉しいで
experience.
す。Cats!
That dude on the right looks like a family member of mine. He looked exactly like somebody I know.
Alright. The start of a whole new world.
Shueisha Games. I need to remember to get a picture because that looked like somebody I know. I was like, dude, I know that person. Desk works. Bound to an unfinished draft, a prisoner of an endless tale. Side scroller, interesting. The heck? This looks really cool, whatever this is. Chronoscript, The Endless End. That looks really cool, whatever the heck that was.
デスクワークスディレクターの藤井
Hello,
智
I'm
です
Tom Fuji, director at
主演者ゲームズプロデュー
Deskworks,
サー
and
の
I'm
山本
Masami
です。
Yamamoto, producer.
完全新作クロノスクリプ
Hope
ト
you
エンド
enjoyed
レ
the
スエ
one
ンド
premiere
世
trailer of
界
our brand
初
new
公開
game,
映像い
Chronoscript
か
The
がでした
Endless
でしょう
End.
か。本作は洋館を訪
Game
れ
is
た
an
編集者
exploratory
が
2D
終わら
action
ない物語が
adventure
描かれた
where
原
an
稿用紙
editor
にとらわれ
visits
て
a
しまい
mysterious
ここから
man,
脱出をする
becomes
と
trapped
いう
within the manuscript
探索
pages of
型
an endless
2D アク
story
ショ
and
ン
must
アド
find a
ベン
way
チャー
to
ゲームと
escape.
なります。
手書きのペン画というアートス
We're
タイ
aiming
ルを
to
ベースに
deliver a rich dark
奥の
fantasy
深い
experience
ダーク
brought
ファ
to
ンタ
life
ジー
with
とし
unique
て皆さんに
hand-drawn
お
pen
届けで
art
きる予
style.
定です。終わらない物語がテーマで
While
す
the
が、
game
開
explores the
発は
theme
し
of
っ
an
かりと
endless
終
story,
わら
rest
せま
assured
す。
we're fully committed to seeing
クロノ
development
スクリ
through
プ
to
ト
the
エ
end.
ンドレスエンドは
Chronoscript The Endless End
2026
is
年
scheduled
発
to
売予定で
release
す。
in 2026.
さらなる続報を
We've got more updates ahead, so stay tuned. Art looks cool. Yeah, no, I like the art style.
Citizens of Pywell. Today, a new chapter in this land's history shall be written. By our own hand.
We fight those who wield power to prey on the weak. Beasts who think themselves men. That is what it means to be a Greyman. The time has come to do what we believe to be right. Cliff, seek out your Greyman comrades. Uncover the truth that lies within. And let your heart speak without fear.
In the end, all will come together as one. We
Goblin.
fight for the future of all.
I see goblins, I see
Sound the
orcs.
horn of our final battle. Fight! Fight for Pywell!
Your fight is not for revenge, nor glory,
Oh, this
nor
looks cool.
pride.
This is your hour.
Remember who you are, and let it guide your path. For at the end of it, you will find the answers.
Oh, is this that game that's been in development for like ever? Oh, it is. Oh no, it's Crimson Desert. Oh no, that'd be... It looks so cool, but then it's a game that's been around for like ever. I don't know if that game's actually going to be like that or not. Pulse Elevate wireless speakers. I definitely won't be buying that. I wear headphones most of the time. Where's my phone at? I just realized I don't have my phone on. I'll be back. Let me go grab my phone.
Hi everyone, I'm Brett Elston.
And I'm Kristen Zatani.
That was your first look at the Pulse Elevate wireless speakers, which bring the PlayStation audio and chat experience to your desktop with planar magnetic drivers and PlayStation Link wireless technology. Visit PlayStation blog for even more details.
Now, let's check in on what's next for PlayStation Plus. Up first is the October.
Oh, I just realized I
monthly
forgot to
game
open my Pokemon card
The
for the
creepy
day.
and captivating Alan Wake 2 arrives just in time for spooky
Ooh,
season.
Alan Wake 2
with
is a
Goat
free
Simulator
game
3
for
and
PlayStation
Cocoon
Plus.
rounding out the list.
And Cocoon.
These all arrive for
Oh,
PlayStation
two
Plus
good games.
Essential members on October 7th.
What do we got? No! Last of Us 2 again.
The Last of Us Day is this Friday, September 26th. As part of Naughty Dog and PlayStation's annual celebration of this beloved series, we are thrilled to confirm the addition of The Last of Us Part 2 to the PlayStation Plus game catalog.
We don't let anybody stop us.
Come out and fight!
For PS5 members, this includes The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered,
Man,
the definitive way to experience Ellie
They
and
keep
Abby's
throwing
story,
that game around
alongside
everywhere. That is like,
additions like the roguelike
that's got to be the
survival
game
mode,
that
No Return.
PlayStation has had the most on sale and like available. They
Our
constantly
update to the
remind people
PlayStation
about
Plus
that game.
Classics catalog is extra exciting for fans of fighting games and the number 3.
I didn't hate Last
Tekken
of Us
3
2,
from the
but it
original
wasn't.
PlayStation and
It definitely
Soul
wasn't
Calibur
as good
3
as
from
1.
the
I thought.
PS2 are coming to the service later this year.
Tekken 3, Soul Calibur
Also
3.
arriving this year, another
Tomb
all-time
Raider.
classic from the PS2, Tomb Raider Anniversary. And up next, a special message from the creator behind one of PlayStation's most iconic franchises.
Ooh. Is it Hideo? Oh no. It's their mascot? I don't know. I just think that studio, Naughty Dog, is one of their flagship studios the last few years. Yo! Suicune! I just got it. Look at that, dude. Live on stream. Yeah, that makes it all worth it. I got like Suicune X or
1億
whatever.
本を超えるってすごいことだなって、作ってる僕らも思うんですけれども、この1億本を、超えたことを記
Brand
念
new
して、
card. I don't have that
こ
one.
の年末にですね、僕らはグラントリスモ7のスペック3のアップデートを行う予定です。スペック3のアップデートには、2つの、レーストラック、フォーム
I think it's
1で
called
も使われてい
Suicune
るトラッ
X,
クであるとか、
Nice.
新しい車であるとか、
What are the chances on stream I got
新し
Suicune
い
X?
サーキットエクスペリエンス、あるいはデータローガンフィ
Yo,
ーチャー、
Suicune on live,
それ
crazy.
以外のさまざまなゲ
Yeah,
ー
that's
ムフィー
pretty
チャーの
cool.
大きなアップデートを予定しています。皆さんのおかげで、30年かけてグランツリスモは1億本を達成しました。本当にありがとうございます。
Let's go, Suicune. Open another Pokemon pack. What's this? No, it's just a controller. God of War controller. Now, is there going to be a God of War announcement with that controller? Why would you announce the controller without an announcement?
Longer than I can remember.
Oh, we're finally seeing Wolverine. Holy crap. Wow, we're finally seeing Insomniac Wolverine game.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man.
How long has this game been? This was announced like years ago.
Finding me.
This is Insomniac, the people that made the Spider-Man games. Yo, let's go, Wolverine! We're finally seeing it. This is probably not actual gameplay, but it looks like it might be. Whoa! Is that Omega Red?
Death's always waiting.
Wow, I can't believe we're seeing this. Holy cow.
Just not for me.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do think there were some leaks or something that happened earlier this year or last year. So I think that everyone kind of knew that this game was... Oh.
Because I ain't no hero.
I forgot her name.
I'm Wolverine.
Yeah! Wow, we saw Wolverine. Holy cow. I can't believe we actually... I mean, I know we probably shouldn't be surprising that game got announced so long ago, but like, that's crazy we
The question
did,
that comes
I
up
still
a lot
think.
to us at Insomniac Games is, are you going to make a Wolverine game that is as
Goodness.
violent, as visceral as the character in the comics? Working with Wolverine is interesting because part of the route to who he is that he's an unreliable narrator. He has gaps in his memory. So Wolverine doesn't really remember a lot of his life, and that's got to be an extremely
Mystique, right? That her
frustrating
name?
aspect.
I don't know why it
He's
took
this
me a while to
ball
remember
of rage
Mystique.
and fury, but then he could turn on a dime, and he could be very, very kind and tender in the next moment.
When we're casting for someone like Logan, what we're looking for in character traits are
We got Troy
someone
Baker
who can
again.
convey a lot with very little being spoken.
When you have
We
that
get Troy
first
Baker right away.
moment that we show in gameplay, there's so much emotion that you can feel behind his eyes. He looks relentless, he looks gritty, he looks angry, but also he
Hey,
looks
Big
maybe
Boy
a
Beast is
little
in chat. What's
sad.
up, Big
That
Boy?
level
We're
of
just
acting and being able to just deliver that
watching some
performance with
stuff. We're watching the state of
believability
play that
across
just
both
happened not too
spectrums
long
was
ago.
something Insomniac ourselves, we all agreed he's the one. We don't need to see anybody else.
We're just seeing Wolverine
I'm
come
Liam
announced.
McIntyre, and I play James Logan Howlett in Marvel's Wolverine. That's not bad. That one sort of works. Fans out there know what Wolverine is, who he is. My job is to try and find the essence of who Wolverine is, especially as it applies to our story. People hurt him, people take from him, people betray him. He still fights for people who can't fight for themselves. It's one of the greatest honors of my life, one of the biggest responsibilities I've ever had, and one of the coolest things I've ever got to do.
The entire game is built around staying true to the Wolverine experience.
And then how do we want to put our Insomniac
I mean, again,
stamp on that? How do
I know
wanna
we had
put our
the
own
leaks and
spin
everything, so it's not like this was
creativity, but still
entirely
give something new and fresh that fans are gonna
unexpected,
be
but
excited
I don't know, I'm still kind of
It's the full
surprised to
package.
see that they're
It
showing
is
stuff
a
for
level of detail that we've never been able to do before.
You could see it in the trailer. You can see pores. You can see blood in between the little lines of his teeth. I love the attention to detail.
Thanks for reminding me to share some
that we're gonna be able
Pokemon
to
cards
bring
I got
that kind of
yesterday. No
fidelity to
problem.
players.
Wolverine is a character who goes to many places through the comics.
You'll see the Canadian wilderness, you'll see Japan.
There's a shot where Logan is sliding down that rooftop, and you can see the breadth of Madripoor in Lowtown.
It's always nice teasing the depth and the amount of characters that we'll be seeing.
How's
in the
everyone
game.
been? I've been
Omega
good. How are
Red
you, big
makes
boy?
an appearance. Mystique is there, and
Saw you started
there's
college,
some hints
so-
to other characters that fans
Congrats
of
on that.
Wolverine
It's a
will
big step.
recognize for sure.
Another visual element of Marvel's Wolverine is the blood.
I've been just
The blood
relaxing.
text that was
If you don't
put
know,
into
I'm
this game is
currently
pretty
unemployed.
phenomenal.
There's a part in the trailer where
So,
Logan
I've been
jumps
unemployed
down,
for
and
what,
then he
going
has
on-
the claws up through the face. That one I
what,
thought
probably
maybe
going
was
on
going to
3
be
weeks
taking it
now?
too far, but I am so
I just been
glad that
chilling,
we
making making
It looks
content,
fantastic.
having a relaxing.
Wolverine's combat, making that special, making that feel like him, making it feel different to anything else you've played, that's a tough job. What's so cool for me is there was this one section of the game I got to try. It was just visceral and immediate and so incredibly satisfying.
I did
was
rework
like,
my
this
resume
is
the other
gonna
day,
be
so it's not like I
amazing.
haven't done
We're pretty
anything
excited
about
the artwork that we're
being
using
unemployed.
on the
I
cover.
gotta
It's
start putting out
dynamic,
some applications.
It's rough-edged.
You notice it doesn't look like
I'm good,
our
though.
past
Don't worry
games.
about me
It has a
money-wise.
sense of
I can-
urgency and forward
I cannot work
movement
for a
and
while.
rage and fury, and that's Wolverine.
One of the cool things about Insomniac is they are probably the most collaborative group of people I have ever worked with. They make you feel part of their team. That's not something you always get.
We've been in a creative collaboration with Insomniac Games and PlayStation for over a decade now. We've made some of the greatest superhero games of all time, and that was always the goal, making games that are timeless.
I think fans are going to be excited, but I'm also really excited about it because I'm really proud of what we made. We're focused on making the best Wolverine game ever.
On behalf of everyone at Insomniac Games and the Wolverine team especially, we want to thank you for taking time to watch our trailer. We can't wait to show you more in spring of 2026.
Righto, so that's cool. That's probably the end. I'm guessing that's how they're gonna end it. Yep. Took Insomniac 4, maybe 5 years to make Wolverine trailer. Now I'm hooked since Wolverine's my favorite Marvel character. Wolverine's up there for me. I love some Wolverine. I'm very curious. Insomniac makes some quality stuff, so I certainly hope the new one's gonna be good.
Maybe you don't.
Some of the
want to.
Spider-Man games were hit and miss for me. Like I didn't totally love, and what was it, Spider-Man 2? It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I love the first one. The first one, Marvel Spider-Man. That's probably the best, one of the best superhero games I've played in a long time since some of the Batman Arkham stuff. Nothing beats the Arkham games, in my opinion. That's probably the best superhero games ever. So again, not a super incredible event. I don't know if I saw a ton that I really cared about, but definitely for me, the two things I will say I pulled away, I took away from this was big time Wolverine. Wolverine was definitely really cool to see, and then getting to see Soros was some gameplay for Soros. I really dug. So. All right, so that was the state of play. If you guys don't, well, we're still going to be going on. There were more announcements and other stuff I'm going to go watch. So if you guys don't mind, let me get that set up. There were more announcements from TGS that there are a bunch of trailers that I essentially didn't get to see. So TGS 2025. Let's see what got announced. Let's see. There was a new Pragmata one. Or Capcom had an entire event. Should I just watch I'll watch the Capcom one. Why not? When does it start? Why not? I got all night. Let's just watch the Capcom one. So I think this one's pretty short, so this shouldn't be a terribly long event. Let's see how long
Welcome
it goes
to
for.
the TGS 2025 Capcom Online Special Program. For today's show, we'll be covering updates to games that are out now, plus new info on upcoming titles. So don't miss a moment and watch till the very end. Also, the titles shown today will be available to play at Tokyo Game Show 2025. Come join us at the Capcom booth to experience the games hands-on. Without further ado, here's the first title.
So I think first off, it looks like they're going to talk about Pragmata, which this is a game that this game got announced many years ago.
We got some backup power
I'm
here.
not particularly interested in this game, but I don't know. It looks kind of interesting in a couple
Worth a
respects.
shot.
This isn't something though that's ever really looked all that incredible to me.
We gotta get going.
Ready when you are. Starting half. Crack. Jump 2.
This friggin' thing is tough as hell.
We can use this to hit harder and beat things faster. We did it! Something's aiming at us. Leave it to me. I got him.
Not bad. Leave the shooting to me. That was easy. Guess it's my turn.
Missile spotted. Right back at ya.
Good job, kid. Now it's my turn.
Move, Hugh.
Get some.
Hacking.
You're going down.
Look out.
Take that.
It's just every time I see this game, I'm just
How
not
you like this?
particularly interested in what it's got going on.
Got it.
I don't mean to judge the game, I haven't played it, but it's just eh. I think the music's the best part about it so far. Pragmata.
Diana. Diana?
Yeah? What?
See the spot? You think we can get here in one piece?
Yeah. We'll go, and if you don't get hurt, that means it's safe. Let's go.
And if we
Sounds
don't
like a
get
plan.
hurt, pretty easy way of looking at
Pragmata
things.
is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and Steam in 2026. This year at Tokyo Game Show 2025, we'll showcase a playable demo featuring Pragmata's puzzle and action-based gameplay.
It honestly kind of looks a little Silent Hill.
Make
or
sure
not
to
Silent
wish
Hill. It
list
honestly
and
looks kind of
follow us
Metal
on our
Gear-ish a
socials
little
for
bit.
all of the latest information.
Like someone, like in some of the more modern Metal Gear combat. I mean,
Now let's take a look at the
this I kind
following
of want to
title.
look at. I've never played a Mega Man game, but I'm kind of interested to see what this is.
All the Mega Man Star Force games compiled together in the ultimate
What the
package.
heck is Mega Man Star Force?
Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection.
I've never even heard of that.
In an era where EM waves connect everything, harness the bond between Geostellar and the visitor from outer space, Omegasis, to transform into Mega Man and protect the world.
Actually, I
But
feel like
watch
I have
out,
Star Force
mysterious
games.
virus enemies lurk in the wave world. Unleash the power of battle cards to delete every threat in your path. Customize the ultimate deck with more than
My eyes are dry as
150
hell right
cards to
now.
choose from. Play each game your way. Now upgraded with assist features and difficulty settings to fine-tune your experience. Originally only available through events and toys, a rich collection of bonus cards is now included, opening up even more deck-building options. Perfect your Mega Man for battle and put your skills to the test in online matches. Take it easy with a casual match or prove your prowess in ranked matches. Then form brother bands with up to 100 opponents. Power up through the strength of your bonds. Try out the high-resolution filter and explore the world with enhanced visuals.
That's a big collection of Mega Man. Yeah, I kind of wanted to see what
Check
all
out over 1,000 illustrations in the
encapsulated
gallery.
this collection.
And rock out to each game's tracks in the music player, including new musical arrangements. Experience the game with the original or arranged versions. Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. Available 2026. Now, let's take a look at the following title.
Alright, so I'm gonna skip ahead because we already know about Street
Here's
Fighter.
the latest news on Street
That's
Fighter
an existing
6.
game.
Year 3 has kicked off, and the fights are more exciting than ever.
Let me just see if they... Oh, this might be something that's kind of
prize
interesting.
at Capcom Cup 12. The tournament is open to all participants, including
I've always wanted to
pros
play
and
this series. It
amateur
looks like they're
players.
going to talk about
For detailed tournament information, please
Ace
check the
Attorney.
official
I've
Capcom
always wanted to play an
Esports
Ace
social
Attorney
media
game, and I've just
accounts.
never played it. Objection.
Now, let's take a look at the following title.
I really want to play one of these someday. A title that has exceeded 4.3 million sales worldwide. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy.
Objection!
It's getting a free title update with bonus modes and additional features. Gallery mode. Oh, I'm waiting for a Steam deal to get it. I want this game. Episode 1, Episode 2. That's not all. That definitely would be something I would play down the line. That'll be something I definitely keep an eye out on. See if I can get that on sale too. Okay, so... Alright, so I think after this announcement, I'm gonna jump out. This is probably the only other thing I care about seeing. Spanish, what's this, Skylar? I think they were just talking about the different languages you can get the game
Resident
in.
Evil Requiem, scheduled for release on February 27, 2026. In this latest Resident Evil game, our protagonist, FBI investigator Grace Ashcroft, will have to confront unknown horrors. Immerse yourself in the world through first-person perspective, or step back and enjoy the action with third-person perspective. Choose the perspective that suits you. Join Grace as she revisits her past, faces new threats, and uncovers the truth behind the Raccoon City incident.
All I can say is you're gonna have to do a whole lot of reading
Forward
since
to
there's
new
so much dialogue.
developments
I
in
have
the
seen
series story
those games have a
alongside
lot of
improved
dialogue.
gameplay. At tomorrow's Tokyo Game Show 2025, you can experience a taste of the horrors
Ooh, a
awaiting
demo.
Grace yourself. The available platforms will be the PlayStation 5, desktop PC, laptop, and the first playable demo for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Boo, I'm not playing that on Nintendo.
We hope you'll stop by the Capcom booth and give it a try.
That game's it's gonna look like booty on Nintendo.
Resident Evil Requiem is scheduled for release on February 27, 2026. But that's not all. Nintendo Switch 2 versions of Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 7 are scheduled for release the same day. Experience the Resident Evil series on the Nintendo Switch 2.
No! She gave him a hickey.
Way of the Sword, the all-new entry.
Alright, so I think that's all I'm gonna cover. I kind of I already know about Onimusha, and they do a lot of talking about is it Dragon Hunter? Is that the name of that series? Oh, Monster Hunter. I'm good. Alright, so looks like that's about all that I see that I care about there. So let's take a peek. Actually, if you don't mind, I'll be right back. Just a quick second. How come I don't hear my music? Doesn't sound very loud. What's something else louder? Okay. All right. So if you don't know, there were more announcements. This is everything that everything we watched literally is just from today. So there were more individual announcements that I would like to check out. So let me see what there was this trailer for this thing. I kind of want to see that. There was that TGS trailers. So I think it looks like there was only 2 that I kind of wanted to see that had got announced. Alright, well, here we go. Let's go ahead and jump into one. So here we're going to watch a new anime, I think anime movie or something. This is an anime. I didn't play the game. This is an anime that they're making for the game Death Stranding. Let's check it out, though. I think I'm always interested in animes. Anime, I guess that's the plural. Again, I literally know nothing about the 2 games. I need to play them eventually. Quite sure if I like this animation style. It's just kind of hard to see. It's definitely unique. Death Stranding, Mosquito. And I guess that's basically all that one was. I thought there was going to be a little bit more there. Alright. So that actually wasn't... I didn't feel like there was a heck of a whole... I did kind of like the art style. Maybe. Now this is one that I'm very intrigued about. But why did you automatically start playing? Yeah, I'm very intrigued about this one. This is a game called OD. If you guys haven't heard about OD, this is essentially Hideo Kojima's, I wouldn't say his next, well, yeah, it's his next game, I guess, following Death Stranding 2. This is a game that I believe he's making specifically just for Xbox. Now, whether this stays on Xbox for long when it comes out, it's supposed to be an exclusive title. It's supposed to be his project alone, simply for Xbox. So let's check this one out. It's supposed to be like horror, psychological horror, something like that. "10 years since the something horror, the cursed have once again into the forbidden." Sorry about that. I felt that one coming on. This building was from a 3D scan of a blank found in a blank. This game, again, I'm very curious. I like psychological horror, spooky games, so I'm a big Kojima fan. Well, I'm a fan of the old Kojima stuff. He's always got a unique idea of what he wants. I think the main character is the girl from the It movies or something. Knock. We just played a game the other day about knocking. Why would you like the one with the baby on it? Yeah, oh no. What's at the door? Weird. About what I was expecting. Just a weird game. I'm curious about it because I like weird stuff, but not really much to really pull away from that. It's behind me, isn't it? Said Skylar. Yeah. Like I said, I'm curious about the game, but it is not, I don't know. Okay, so I think, dang, so what, how long has this stream been? A little over an hour, and I talked about all the video game stuff that honestly I really cared about. So there is one other thing, majorly, that I did. I mean, we'll find more stuff to talk about, but there's another thing that I've been meaning to really touch on, and that is, I think I told you guys, I've been watching a television show. Yay! So this is my opportunity to talk about the TV show that I've been watching. Let me pull up some B-roll or something. Alright, I don't need audio. Alright, so I have started watching a show called Alien Earth, if you guys don't know. I guess this would be my opportunity to talk about the show. I literally watched, well, within the last maybe 4 days, I watched all 7 of the first 7 episodes. And then literally today, before hopping on stream, I watched episode 8, which aired last night. So, my thoughts on this show are kind of all over the place. I tell you, I really loved the first maybe couple episodes. The first couple of episodes, maybe episodes through 1 through 3 or maybe 4. I can't remember specifically where things branched off. But I'd say the first half is really good. And then the second half, in my opinion, it kind of drops the ball a little bit. If you want to know kind of the world that this kind of takes place in, I'm unsure whether the story takes place in like an Elseworld, or if it's or I don't know if the show takes place in like an Elseworld or some sort of, or maybe it does exactly take place in the Sigourney Weaver Ripley universe timeline with Alien, but essentially it kind of resembles the story of the very first movie. You have this ship, has stuff on it. It's kind of like a transport vessel that's transporting specimens from some unknown world. Things go wrong, whoop-de-doo, and then as it turns out, the ship is on a crash course for Earth. And it makes it, essentially. And I will say, the show, in my opinion, mainly revolves around more of the political, more of the sci-fi aspects of Alien. I wouldn't say this really focuses heavily on the alien aspect, or I mean, there definitely is a part of it, but I would say this most definitely focuses on the synths, more on the robots, more on the humans and stuff, and all the politics around it. So again, I wouldn't necessarily come out and say that this show was like super spooky, super horror, like it frightened me or anything. I mean, there's some cool moments. There's an episode in particular that reminds very much of like the original movie. I guess I can say it's like episode 4 or 5, something like that. But I will say, where the show begins to lose me is definitely in the writing. I definitely feel like when you get to the later episodes, when you get to like episodes 6, 7, and 8, in my opinion, the writing of these shows takes a steep decline, and it kind of becomes dumb. I'll be honest. Like, even though I like some of the stuff that they were doing with the later portions, I would say the writing for this show is just flat out dumb, which kind of sucks because I've noticed for this show, it's doing a thing that I also noticed with me and Phoenix have talked about. It's doing something that I've noticed many. If you guys don't know, this show was made by Hulu. It ran on FX. It's on Hulu. Essentially, this show is basically owned by Disney. Also, if you guys didn't know, something I didn't know, but essentially Hulu's going away after this year. Essentially, Disney's going to roll up everything that's on Hulu Plus and whatnot, and it's going to roll it right into Disney Plus. So maybe now's a good time to buy as much Disney Plus as you can. Maybe get like a year subscription, because I would anticipate maybe once Hulu does that, the price of Disney Plus is probably going to shoot up. In my opinion, I don't know for sure. But yeah. Again, the thing I was going to mention, why it's doing something, I noticed many of the Star Wars and other Disney shows, it's doing that thing where the episodes early on that are written by this showrunner, the particular director, the episodes are great. Loved it. Loved the show. But then, later on, as you get to a certain point, many of the episodes began to be directed and written by another person who is not the showrunner. And it's something I always complain about, but when you have, for me personally, if you're gonna make something, a series, a movie or something, and everything is the vision of that sole director or that sole person, if you're gonna bring a showrunner on and they are called the showrunner, in my personal opinion, they better direct every single episode. Like, I can't tell you how annoying it is for me to watch this show and to get many episodes in and to enjoy, for the most part, all the episodes that the showrunner makes. And then later on, when the episodes start getting directed by somebody else and there's a decline in how much I'm enjoying it, that's a problem. And for me, I don't mean this, I'm going to try and keep this super spoiler free. For me, how this show resolves towards the end is wholly unsatisfactory. I would recommend it to people if you love Alien. I at least give it the first handful of episodes. That first handful are good. I wouldn't blame anybody for watching this and falling off or something and not like super getting into it. But the show just gets darn right nonsensical. Again, as I was saying before, the show kind of focuses more on the political, the sci-fi aspect, a lot of the intrigue. Where I really do like it is in there's a lot of background arbitration and stuff happening. If you within the alien world, it's like a very futuristic dystopian kind of business-like world where everything is owned by like 4 or 5 companies. Weyland-Yutani, there's this new Prodigy, I don't remember, there's like 3 other companies or something, or it's Weyland, it's Yutani, it's Prodigy, and there's 2 other ones. But I like a lot of the arbitration, the intrigue, and the behind the scenes stuff when like when the ship lands on Earth, it lands technically in a city because the ship technically is a Yutani ship, and when it lands technically within a city that is owned by Prodigy, and like it's really cool and fascinating to see the arbitration of the Yutani ship wanting its specimens and wanting the ship because it's mine, and then in the arbitration, this young guy in the middle of the screen, he's like, I think they call him the child prodigy or something. He is like the owner of Prodigy and the owner of the city. He's a total douchebag, but yeah, it's just like fascinating, the arbitration. The lady that the granddaughter of Yutani, she wants her ship back that's got all the specimens. Prodigy here, it's his city, so technically the ship lands within his region, and there's like I like all the background arbitration of them like talking with lawyers and them being like super immature about how they're running things, which I'll be honest, it isn't wholly off brand of our modern politics, where people are just so I can't think of the word, people who are super easy to sue each other. It's called being I think it's an L. I can't think of it. It's just funny how easily these people bring in the lawyers and they want to just start suing each other to death. And I don't know, it's very, I don't know, I like that kind of futuristic dystopian like reflection on how our modern times is. I don't know, I like that ideal. Something someone brought up, I think Angry Joe brought it up during some of his videos, I noticed, is he was talking about how in some of the background lore, there's some theories as to whether Blade Runner kind of connects with the Alien universe, because there's a particular company within the Alien universe that technically also is in the Blade Runner universe, which is interesting. I've never quite thought about those two universes being connected, which I think is fascinating. I love Blade Runner too. Just something, I guess, just a random thing, but yeah, it's so disappointing to say that like I loved half of this show, and then the other half I wouldn't say that. Oh, here, there's a visual of the ship. You see Prodigy City. There's the ship from outer space with all the alien specimens crashing into the Wonder Boys city, and it's really cool. They very much have their own like Ripley going on. They have this new actor who I believe she's some actor's daughter or something, but they're very much pulling at a lot of the old school strings. I feel like I could have gotten a little bit more from the alien itself. I think to try and make up for the fact that there's not much alien in the show, they introduced some other life form aliens that are on the ship as well. So there's not just the xenomorph, there's like a couple other ones. There's like an eyeball and some other bug life forms, which is kind of cool. I mean, I at least like that they're like introducing new things to the lore and to the world. Granted, I would have liked a little bit more with the xenomorph, but I don't know. I think my problem with this big show is that it's very much like a coincidental thing. There's too much that happens that's so coincidental. There's people not saying and people holding back information and stuff that is so... It's just the leaps in logic at times in this show are very bad. I would say the writing, especially towards the end, is just... it's just kind of bad. It is straight up just kind of bad. There's stuff that Prodigy Kid does with sabotaging and stuff that it's like, why, if you're Yutani, why don't you like utilize that against him during arbitration? There's other stuff happening where it's like, what, you know about this, why are you withhold? That's the stuff I hate in some writing of TV shows and movies, is people withholding information because reasons unknown. But largely that's a lot of stuff that's like happening here, and me personally, I'm not a terribly big fan of any of that stuff. I will say, for me, one character that, let me see if I can see him, one character that stands out, you don't really see much of him. I don't know, this is him on screen at least. This is the character Kirsch. You can barely see him, he's barely lit up. But I believe he's played by Timothy Oliphant. Love this character. This is probably the best character in the whole show, in my opinion. He plays just like a not a synth, but a hybrid. He plays a synth, and he's basically one of the right-hand men for the Prodigy, Wonder Boy. And they kind of ruin his character a little bit too at the end. There's like this entire thing going on throughout the entire season where you're like, oh, Kirsch, he's so cool. He's actually doing this in the background. And they kind of flub everything at the end. I don't know. I'm very disappointed. This was like a character I was like, oh, this is going to be a new iconic character for like sci-fi. And I'm like, oh, really? That's what you did with this guy? And I don't know. Maybe I'm leading on too much. I'm telling you guys too much about the show if you're interested. Overall, I don't know. There were plot points like this character here, who was like the brother of the main girl, main girl Wendy, and I don't know. There's a lot of side plots that I didn't particularly care about. I didn't particularly care about the brother and Wendy. There was another plot point of another girl that's kind of going crazy. I didn't really care for that. Again, I want to say that a big problem with this type of show is that like they always do the thing of like, oh, this show is called Alien, but most of the show is going to focus on the humans, and they kind of do that here, but I feel like this show could have been way cooler than it was. I don't know, just wholly disappointing. I guess that's all. I'm trying to keep it as spoiler free as I can. I know maybe some people are gonna. I know the new episode literally just came out last night, so I don't want to spoil how anything happens or functions. But whether I'm excited for season 2, I'm not particularly excited. Again, I probably will still watch it just to kind of see where things go. But this was kind of a disappointment. I tell you, it wouldn't have been as much of a disappointment, an odd way, oddly enough, if the beginning of the season wasn't so good. If the beginning of the season kind of sucked too, and then I probably would have just fell off and been like, whatever. But it's a little disappointing because the first half is so good, and then just out of the blue, they're like, they forgot how to write. I don't know. It's very, very interesting. Not the show, but it's interesting how they kind of dropped the ball. Oh, this character Morrow, he was really cool too. Honestly, a lot of the cooler stuff. The best characters are probably some of the synths, or the robot characters, or the hybrids. Those are probably the most interesting parts about the show. They do some interesting stuff with the alien, the xenomorph, this particular xenomorph, and the main girl Wendy. And I don't know, just the way they kind of do some of this stuff is just kind of hokey, and they made a lot of artistic decisions within the show that I personally wouldn't have wanted them to go in. I would have wanted them to do anything else other than what they. Again, it's just disappointing that they had so much lined up, and then they, in my opinion, they dropped the ball. Skylar Twilight in chat says it sounds like it started off good, but then it went flat later on. Yes. Well, I wouldn't even say it goes flat. There is like a bunch of stuff happening. It is still relatively. It has things happening. I think the problem is just bad writing. Whoever was writing the latter end of the show, just, I don't know, just took a lot of the least interesting. They went in the directions, in my opinion, that is the least interesting for the story and the plot lines that they had. I don't know, fascinating. I don't know how Disney shows do this. There's so many Disney shows I've seen where like the shows start off good and then they fall off at the end, and I'm telling you, every time I see one of these shows, it's because they have like multiple. They have a main showrunner, and that main showrunner only makes like half of the episodes, and then they have randos making the other episodes, and it's like, well, what is the showrunner doing? Why are they? What? I'm gonna go on a tangent again. If I hire you and I call you the showrunner of this show, why are you not directing every single episode? I don't know what it is about television networks and doing that. Not even television networks, like modern movie studios. Like with Star Wars, when you have like J.J. Abrams, and then you can't bring J.J. Abrams to work on the next movie, Last Jedi, and you bring on Rian Johnson, whatever his name is, and then you bring Joss Whedon back for the third movie. It's like, so you bring in Rian Johnson to F up everything that Joss Whedon had in the first movie, And it's like, why? You have a showrunner, a movie, a main direction you want. I don't know. I'm probably running around in circles on this, but I just feel like if you hire someone and they're called the showrunner, they should direct every episode. I'm guessing the main reason why that doesn't happen is because of scheduling conflicts. And it's like, I'm sorry, scheduling conflicts my ass. If I hire you to be my showrunner, this is your only job for X amount of time that this show goes on for. Why isn't that the case, you know? Like I watch a lot of football. Does anybody like hire an NFL coach to be their coach of their team, and then for 4 or 5 games out of the season, somebody else comes in and coaches for the team for them for like a handful of games? I don't know. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't know. That's my tangent. I'm going off on a tangent there about this stuff. But I guess I'll kind of wrap up my thoughts as a whole. Again, Alien Earth, a decent show. Again, I would heavily recommend, if you're going to watch it, watch the first 3 to 4 episodes. I would keep, well, it's hard to say. I would keep going if you're enjoying it at that point. But, gosh, I feel like I've been talking. My voice is breaking up. I don't know. Go check it out. I think it's at least good enough to give a try. And, I don't know. I enjoyed it to an extent. There you go. That's my thoughts on Alien Earth. I'd love to know down in the chat, down in the comments. What did you guys think of Alien Earth? Were you kind of as bummed out a little bit by the storylines at the end? Again, I tried to keep this spoiler free. I didn't want to ruin anything for you guys. It's just kind of, it's a little disappointing because, like, I love Alien. The newest movie that came out, I thought it was just okay. I didn't like love it. Honestly, this show, again, for a while there, I was like, oh, this is better than that movie. And then you see where things went. But yeah, that's it. That's Alien Earth for you. That season's done. I think when I get off of here, I'm going to go watch Angry Joe probably complain about that episode. He probably put out a new reaction to it. Alright, so there we go. There's 2 things I wanted to touch on. Was a lot of the game announcements. And then Alien Earth. Well, gosh, what else did I really want to talk about? Well, is there anything else you guys in chat would like me to touch on? I think that's all I really like. I think that's everything I really cared about, honestly. Is there any other big news or anything that comes out? It's probably a bad time for me to start fishing for some stuff here. Wanted to ask, said Veronica. Oh, what do you got? Do you have something I could look into? Oh, actually, here's a video I did want to watch. We'll watch this one real quick. Feel free to throw your suggestion, Veronica. This was a video. If you oh, Veronica Rose, what's my opinion on the Amazing Digital Circus? I never got to finish it, but I did watch the first 3 episodes, I think, 3 or 4 episodes. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I just never got around. I need to, maybe tonight I'll try and make some time and watch the last, I think there's like 7 episodes, 7 or 8. I really liked it. I thought it was great. I'll be honest, I don't see how it really connects. I mean, I can see why they would have taken some inspiration from I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream. I can see the influence. I thought it was going to have more of a direct connection to that story, but for the most part, I like it. It's pretty fun. It honestly is one of the more well done, like, online animations I've ever seen. Maybe it's because I haven't watched too much, like, YouTube animation per se, but it's probably like the best. It's like really great. It's like really well written. The art style is like really cool. All the voice acting's really good. It's a really good, really well done YouTube TV show. I just again, I haven't watched a heck of a whole lot of like smaller creators animations and stuff on YouTube, so maybe there's other people that are making equally as good stuff. It's probably something I need to look further into. But I thought it was really well done. I need to finish it. I'll definitely, maybe next ChazmaN Live, I'll watch the next 2 episodes and really talk about it more in depth or something. But I enjoyed it. I like all the characters. If you guys didn't see, actually, the creator of The Amazing Digital Circus was actually on with Oni Cartoons and another one of his friends from Newgrounds. I think I posted it in the Discord. Really funny chat, them just talking about stuff. I don't know. I like seeing Oni and all of them kind of draw and stuff like that. Animation is really good. I really like it. I thought it was good. Alright, so real quick. This is another video I'm going to check out real quick. If you guys haven't heard of the creator, I think his name is Nathan Barnett, or Dad, I think as he's kind of currently known. He's a longtime YouTuber. He's mainly known for his like weird dancing style from back in the day. Recently, he's been kind of enshrouded within all of this Creator Clash drama. Maybe Creator Clash is something I need to do an in-depth look at or something eventually. But he was a part of Creator Clashes 1, 2, and then was going to be in 3. And since that whole collapse with iDubbbz and his wife Anissa, and that whole thing, there's so much drama coming out from the Creator Clash stuff. Nathan Barnett is someone who was kind of affected because he was expecting a big payday. If you don't know, again, Creator Clash was this big creator influencer boxing event that was made money for the fighters, but also made money for charity. And the owners, again, iDubbbz and Anissa. iDubbbz, a longtime YouTuber, content creator. He kind of ran that thing into the ground because of bad management. And if so facto, a lot of creators, a lot of people connected to the H3 crew, which I watch H3 and all that stuff. Looks like Nathan, he's been kind of talking a little bit of crap about them because, and he's actually like I think he's actually a relatively nice guy. He doesn't really say a heck of a whole lot, but he's been a little bit more vocal lately because of some of the other crap that's going on. So he just put out a video. If you guys want, I'm gonna watch that. I kind of want to see what he has to say about iDubbbz. Let's see, playback speed. Let's speed you up a little bit.
And thank you. Thank you so much for watching the 24-hour dance stream and donating to the Dad Indiegogo.
Oh, I forgot. He did a 24-hour dance stream. He did,
really
yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's really cool.
We have raised now, in a period of 24 hours while dancing, we raised about $12,000. We started at $5,000, and now we're about to hit $17,000. We're just trying to get another $7,000 more dollars. So we have a month and a half to do it. I think it'll happen. If you haven't donated and you're able to donate, or if you did and you're able to, again, even a couple dollars, even $1.
Shout out to Dad. Go check out Dad's channel.
Please help me make this movie. And thank you for everyone who's already
Nathan
now,
Barnett.
He
seems like a nice guy. Nice guy.
Words that Ian iDubbbz has put out into the world. I would really like to answer, acknowledge, address what was said. So I'm sure you have seen, if you watch my channel, I've been trying to get Ian to box me. I didn't ever think he really would do it, but there was. Oh
yeah, if you guys don't know, Nathan, because he was a part of like multiple boxing events, I think he, for good reason, he's took a bunch of time to kind of train and stuff. So I think he was kind of lacking a little bit on the content creator side because of so much training. He was very disappointed, kind of looking for a payday from that event, and without that happening now, I think he has signed on with some other company to do some other boxing events. So good for him. He probably could really use the money after getting screwed over. But so now he's doing another event. I think he has actually challenged iDubbbz in the last like month or two. Simply because, well, one, I think he would love to fight him since he ruined a payday for some people. But I think this is him kind of responding. iDubbbz, I think, has basically been ignoring him and talking crap about him. So it's really disappointing. Again, I mean, I think I did a video talking crap about iDubbbz with the whole H3 thing, but I don't know, man. His personality is like just so off from what people thought he was. I don't know if a lot of people blame his wife. I don't know. I can't go that far. I don't know if it was her or if he was always like that, but he's kind of really turned into kind of a douche. So let's see what Dad has to say.
It's a small glimmer of hope where I thought he might, so I went on about it for a couple of videos because I talked to Misfits. and they're talking about like big money that would change my life.
If you don't know, Misfits is another boxing company. I guess they do like influencer boxing events. I could be wrong. I think. Oh, is Misfits owned by what's that other creator? Oh, I can't think of his name. I'm gonna be annoying and look it up real quick. Oh, it's Mizkif, right? Misfits Boxing. I think it's owned by Mizkif. Oh no! It's owned by oh, what's his name? I already forgot. I just saw it. It's owned by KSI, right? Isn't that's another YouTuber? Which I think that's the KSI. I think he's the guy that fought Logan Paul or something. So he's saying that KSI has essentially reached out and wants to pay him good money to go out and box and be a part of an event, which is really cool. Really happy for him to get that.
For a very long time. And I feel that Ian, who couldn't use money when you're grinding on the internet all the time, it's hard to earn a living. So now that I'm engaged and talking to my fiance about having a child, it's like, oh boy, this would really help out. And I do like boxing. And Ian did say recently he would like to box, or he would be open to boxing again. And I thought, okay, this is a great opportunity. We have like a natural story here.
If you don't know why I would love to see Ian iDubbbz fight Dad, is because one, Dad is accosted. He feels like iDubbbz cost him a bunch of money. And also iDubbbz and Anissa have been like talking crap on him, talking about how bad of a boxer he is, saying he's like no talent, not good at it. And it's like you realize Dad, like I'm a big fan of H3, so like AB is on there, one of the fighters, one of the representatives from H3, and he beat AB. He beat he's kind of known as like a reckless, crazy fighter. So it's like he's not like a bad fighter. iDubbbz is the one who I think is 0-2, who hadn't won one yet. So it's like, I don't know. Is my mic peaking? If my mic gets too loud, I just moved it away from my face a little bit. But yeah.
How about it?
And they're like similar in fighting experience, similar in size, and actually, iDubbbz would have like an age advantage. He's like probably 15 years younger than this guy, so I don't know.
And he hasn't responded. I texted him. You guys saw. I'm sure most of you saw it. I texted him, and he told me basically go away. And then he did an interview with someone.
He texted him to kick rocks, if I'm not mistaken, not go away. Kick rocks is like FU, in my opinion.
On a YouTube channel called Don't Worry About It. No, Do Not Worry is the YouTube channel. He interviewed Ian, and I just want to sort of answer, I guess, stuff that they said.
I always want to defend you guys. Like even the stuff with like Dad right now. Like someone's trying to give you like, dude, Dad has been trying to farm clout off of this for the last like few weeks, ever since Creator Clash was canceled.
So when he says I'm farming clout off of Ian, I guess that's his way of negating my valid complaints that I was involved with Ian for 3 years heavily, and then Ian really blew that all up. So I would naturally be upset, and I feel it's justified to make some videos to explain myself, complain, vent. I feel like every boxer in Creator Clash could go on for a while about it, making videos, and I don't think it would be considered clout farming when I was involved with this person. Meanwhile, the guy who says this, his whole channel is that. It's like talking about other people's drama and attaching themselves to it. So I don't feel it's really fair of him to say that about me when I have a legitimate thing I'm trying to do, and I guess I disagree with his statement there.
And yeah, Dad was nice, and I used to like Dad in Creator Clash 1 and 2. He had amazing fights in Creator Clashes 1 and 2. I was a fan of Dad when all that stuff was going on, but I also his behavior hasn't been cool. Like he's been literally talking shit about you guys. He's been contributing to the negative attention.
So he says I'm talking shit, and I would like to ask him when and where I did that, because in my opinion, talking that trash would be insulting, being rude, making fun of. I never did that, ever.
And it's also like, I'll be honest, like they're like mad simply because a Dad is talking trash or saying negative things about iDubbbz, and it's like I hate to say it, I feel like if you wrong me, and I'm accosted by you, I feel like I have a right to talk crap about you and to say bad things. If you screw me over and make me take X amount of time out of my year, out of my life to train for your event, and then you trash the event and it goes under, and I'm left like without any money from all this training and from doing all this stuff when I could have gotten a payday from being a part of this thing, it's like, yeah, Dad has a reason to be mad. Like, why would you be upset that he's complaining? It's like, and the event isn't even iDubbbz's anymore. They ran it so bad. They literally stepped down from being the owners of it or whatever. So it's like, dude, you totally you screwed me over. Like, I should be able to talk smack about you. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know. That's my opinion. Screw me over, then smack talk about me would not go unpunished. Yeah, said Veronica Rose in chat. Yeah, exactly. The least you could do is, like, if you're gonna screw me over, and not just screw him over, he screwed over like everybody a part of a giant boxing event at a major, was gonna be held at like a major stadium or whatever in Florida. Like, yeah, you ruined the whole thing. I should be able to talk crap about you. It's like, but then Ian has to be like, no one can come after me. I don't know.
Not once. I said how I felt and how what he did affected me and how it caused me to feel. That's not talking trash. That's just saying, hey, you did this and now I feel this way. I said it was unfair of him and Anissa. I said he didn't seem to care about us. And I never said anything. And it was never rude. I never went to that level because I don't do that. So I think this guy maybe is just saying this because he's like a fan of Ian's and wants to kind of like set up this question with like, oh, Dad's negative. Hey, I feel negatively about Dad. Before I get into this, this is where I stand, Ian. So Ian knows this isn't like, he's not pulling him into some drama he's not going to respond to. I don't know. I'm just making things up, trying to figure out why he's saying this when I never did talk SHIT. I don't swear.
Well, Dad, I can tell you why they're doing that, even though you don't understand. I'm going to go ahead and say it. They're all, a lot of those people, in my opinion, that are, a lot of this stuff stems from the H3 and Hassan drama. If you don't know, I did a video on that a while back. You can check that out if you want, explaining more in depth. But what it is you have all of these people who have stemmed from that drama, and a lot of those people, like the guy that iDubbbz was just talking about, him, and now iDubbbz and Anissa, they're like very much a part of that clique over there with Hassan. So, and over there, they just, they're bad actors in my opinion. They're all people that are just like, I hate to get political, but to me, they're like the far end of the left, which, everyone always mainly talks about the far end of the right, and, all these crazy Republicans, the crazy conservatives are like super bad for the country, and we can't be associated with them. And I think one thing that people hopefully are opening their eyes open to is that there is a crazy far left too. Like I'd like to think of myself as someone who's a little bit more moderate. Do I lean liberal Democrat? Yes, I lean that way. I'd like to think I'm a little bit more moderate, but as much as like someone wants to admit, oh, I'm Republican or I'm Democrat, you have to admit there are crazies on both sides, which there 100% is. And I think that's what Ian and Nisa are now wrapped up into, is they're now wrapped up into this section of the internet that Hassan kind of is in, and Hassan has all of these, Hassan Piker, if you guys don't know, but he has all of these like orbiters around him who, in my opinion, are mostly bad actors. They're people that, like, I think what it is what Hassan has going is because he's a big deal. Hassan is. He's like a major content creator. What it is you have, they're all like sucker-uppers. They're all these people that want Hassan's clout. They want to be a part of Hassan's there's no one who's normal on either side, says Skylar. No, I would disagree. I definitely think there's normal people that are left wing or right wing. I mean, I even admitted, like, I feel like I'm I lean definitely liberal, like in my opinion. I definitely think that like I definitely like to try and play moderate when I can. But I come from a family that's largely conservative. Like most people, are like that, and I get along with most of them. Veronica Rose says yes, man. Yes, exactly. I feel like Hassan has done a great job of having all of these orbiters, these other content creators who like are yes men and will do anything to make him happy and defend him no matter what. So, and I think largely that's kind of what's been going on, because if you haven't seen, again, I mentioned it, like there's a huge like online war and discourse that's happening with the H3 and Hassan stuff. And it largely stems from their podcast that they were doing. And it's just like, if you really look into the specifics behind that, they really like, they're both libs and they really don't disagree on almost anything. But there is this whole war happening there because they disagree on like one thing. And I largely think that's a large problem with our politics in general, is like you have all of these people that like on the left or the right who like all agree on all these different things, but that one thing that you disagree with somebody on becomes such, for some reason, on the crazies in my opinion are like that. The people that are way left or way right, it's like, yeah, I agree with you on this, I agree with you on that, but that one thing that I disagree with you on is a deal breaker. And it's like, in my opinion, that's a large problem with our politics in general, as if that's the case with everyone, where like if one thing is big enough for me to hate somebody over, then there's never going to be any agreement between me and anybody. You know what I mean? If one disagreement on one thing is that big a deal. And that largely is the Hassan and H3 Ethan Klein problem, is that Ethan and Hassan largely agreed on like a bunch of different things, but because they disagreed on one thing, and don't get me wrong, I still think, even I'm biased, I'm a H3 fan, even though I'm saying that they agreed on so much, the major problem that stemmed from that is H3 was receiving a bunch of harassment and largely hate, I would say, through Hassan's like chat and everything. And when that was happening, all H3, who was a perceived friend of Hassan at the time, they were literally on the same podcast. H3 was just asking him, hey, you have a lot of people who are like saying terrible things about me in your chat. Can you or your mods like tell them to stop? Which at the time, again, I didn't think was a big deal. It's like, if you're a legitimate friend of somebody and they're on your show and your audience is attacking them, in my personal opinion, the least you can say is, hey guys, can you cool it down and not attack my buddy here? You know what I mean? Which is like, if for some reason that was something Hassan wasn't willing to do, and he just let his people kind of constantly attack the guy. Let's see in chat. Veronica Rose says, oh yeah, everyone is busy being pinned again. Yeah, that's a big issue in society right now. One minor disagreement and it causes a big commotion, and that's the last straw, and it's just overkill. Essentially, it's like, I don't know. It's hard to say whether politics can go anywhere when that's the case with everything, but yeah, that's the H3 Hassan thing. It's just one little disagreement on how things are handled. Like, and their big disagreement was something that has to do with Israel and Palestine, when like they make Ethan Klein or H3 seem to be like this hater of Palestinians, or he's pro-Israel, and it's like, bro, as a fan of H3, he has been saying for years, free Palestine. He's against Israel going in and like killing children and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's the right thing to say, and but still somehow like the narrative is that he's like the other way. I don't know, maybe I don't quite understand why that is. I think it's just people who don't like apologizing for anything. I think that's more what it is with the Hassan thing, is he's somebody who has an ego, who just refuses to apologize for something. And you can see that with our modern politicians are very much like that now. You know, you literally have a president right now who, I don't know if he's ever apologized for anything. So, you know, sometimes a simple apology is like can go a long way, and I think that was the big problem there. And again, Hassan's got a lot of orbiters. He's got all of those people that H3 has been talking about forever. Who, what's his name? Sam something. I can't remember. I don't know. That's my big problem though. And I think largely that's where iDubbbz is at now. If you guys really look at it, iDubbbz has lost a lot of money over the last year or two because of how kind of crappy he and his wife have kind of not only ran their businesses, but kind of been on the internet in general. So it makes no sense why to be that combative when like you're wanting to make money and to do that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Back to Dad. Let's let Dad finish his thoughts. I went on a tangent there.
So, apologies for being a prude. Yes, you could say I brought more attention to I brought negative attention towards Ian because I exposed what happened, and then people felt negatively about what he did. So if someone robs someone and then you say, hey, that person robbed someone, you say, hey, oh, come on, stop bringing negative attention to that thief. Yes, I'm talking to people about it and sharing my opinion, and they're sharing their opinions about it, but I don't think I've ever overstepped and gone to the point where I'm like, I considered just doing a bunch of troll things, but I never did. I never like really trolled Ian. So I disagree again with you, sir.
So for anyone who's like shocked of like why you don't want to fight Dad, like, no, you have no reason to fight Dad. There's no reason for you to step in that ring. You have nothing to prove to these people. And even
what do you mean he has no reason to fight Dad? Does Ian like money? I believe they just sold their place and they moved to Canada to live with his wife's family. Like what do you mean he has no incentive? Like, does iDubbbz like money? Like, I tell you what, I'm not a big content creator. If somebody offered me $100,000 to train for a couple months and then go fight somebody, I would probably do it. Because I would do it because who doesn't want to be a content creator or make a year or two's worth of compensation for just a couple months of hard work? Like, come on. Like, chat, come on, really? Like, who wouldn't do that? To literally get paid $100,000 to train for a couple of months, go fight, probably get your ass whooped, and then that's like your year's worth of money right there. LOL the greed. You think I'm being greedy? I'm being honest. Like, I would. That's the thing though, is like iDubbbz needs the money. I don't think him and his wife have a place right now. So I don't know. Hey, Odin and Salty's in chat. What's up, everyone? Odin says hello, everybody.
Even though you did say you're down to
Welcome
fight
to
another
the
time,
stream,
doesn't mean
Odin.
you need to fight Dad. So
he does not need to fight me. No one needs to fight anybody ever. I don't think he has to fight me. I just thought it would be a good match. I never demanded him to fight me. So yeah, I agree with you. And he responded and said he doesn't want to. And that's the answer. I don't know why he's saying this as if someone said Ian had to fight.
That's why it says, personally, I'd take it. Yeah. Who wouldn't? I mean, maybe not. Maybe there's a lot of people who wouldn't take it, but, you know, I would love to train for X amount of months and get paid $100,000. Again, you're getting paid like $100,000 to go fight in an amateur boxing event, and so you're getting your ass whooped for a couple of months, and then you make a year or two. To most people, that's probably 2 years worth of income all in one swoop. And it's like, why would, I don't know. Odin Salty says, I just got off from another stream. Figured I'd give this one some love too. Hey, thank you so much, Odin. We are, 2 hours in? We're just chilling, looking at drama.
He's like defending something no one said.
Yeah, I mean, I've sparred Dad before, and like, I'm gonna be honest, like it was not very competitive. It was like no offense to Dad, he's been killing it in the ring, but like it's not really something like, obviously I try to do fights that are really competitive, that challenge me, and I'm not.
Oh, now he's too good for Dad.
I would assume if I was not a challenge,
why wouldn't you fight him for
box me?
Yes, Dad's gonna say it. If he's not a challenge and there is no point in fighting him, then why in the world for 100 grand would you not agree to fight somebody who is no challenge to you? How does that make any sense? There's no logic there, especially when you know iDubbbz needs the money. Why wouldn't you fight him if he's such an easy challenge? It's like, it's easy money. You don't want money? Crazy. Like, no offense. If somebody gave me a bunch of money to fight if someone offered me 100 grand and told me I'm gonna box a little person, no offense, hey, that's 100 grand of easy money. Like, sorry, person, but maybe that's an awful example. But like, for something that's easy and someone's paying you to do it, especially 100 grand, I don't know.
Ian.
Logic.
But then he follows up quickly with this. I think is his excuse and his way out of not boxing me. He's like, "Oh, I like to do challenging fights." And Dad,
guys, what shape of pasta should I get for
fight.
soup?
So basically,
Shells,
he says,
stars,
I like
or
to fight people that I
elbows?
cannot beat. Dr. Mike, Alex Wasabi. Why don't you go fight
Maybe
Manny Pacquiao
stars,
then,
yeah.
Ian?
Skylar
Like,
says
what is
stars,
the point
maybe?
of that? It doesn't make sense. It's like a catch-22. It's like, oh, Dad isn't challenging. I want to fight someone who's challenging. And then meanwhile, when he fights those challenging people, he gets completely obliterated. You would think, since we have the same experience, the same exact weight, the same exact height, it would be a perfect match. And if you really did think you could beat me that easily and get $100,000, why would you not do that? It's easy money. And then you could shut me up. The reason I think he's saying this, and that's his excuse to get out,
Because he doesn't want to box.
I don't know if he has anything to gain by boxing me, because the majority of the people out there don't think I and the other Critical Clash boxers did anything wrong. We were sort of the victims. But then if he boxes the victim that he victimized, it doesn't look good on him. I get that. I'm sort of pulling him in, by even asking him, I'm pulling him into a situation that is like awkward for him to even address, because I guess it doesn't make him look good anyway. I was thinking it could help him if everyone's like, okay, they're facing off like gentlemen, they're throwing everything behind them, they're gonna box and end it, and like in a way redeem himself from all this negative attention he's been getting on the internet. That's how I was just thinking this could go for him. But it also could just look really bad if I did beat him, where it's like everyone's mad at him for harming me and the other Critical Clash boxers, and then he loses to me. It just pushes him down, and I think that's what he thinks might happen. I don't think he thinks I'd be that easy. I think he does think I would be a challenge. That was just his way of brushing this off. That's what I think.
No, I think Dad's right. I think Ian definitely comes off as somebody who doesn't want to take accountability for everything and wants to feel as though he has a handle on things. And if he goes out and he loses to someone who feels accosted by him, he feels as though that's him taking accountability or receiving a punishment for totally ruining his own event. And I think Dad's right about that. I think that's all it is just Ian doesn't want to get shown up publicly.
I'm like psychoanalyzing. I don't really know what's going on. I have to assume like he knows when we were sparring, we weren't like trying to kill each other. It was Critical Clash 1. It was very friendly. We're tapping and touching, and that's just like to like see where something's coming from. That's just like to work on your awareness and your guarding. You're not even like boxing. It's like playing touch up and making sure your senses are all working. If he wants to spar one round with me, I would like to then have him say, "Oh, it wasn't very challenging." I know I'm not great. I admit it all the time. I do think Ian is better than me. I really believe that. I think Ian has more skill than me. I have more heart, I believe. Although he does have a great heart. He went all the way with Dr. Mike. I don't know if I could go as far as he did with Dr. Mike. I have trained and sparred with Alex Wasabi tons of times. Alex is a way better boxer than me. I wouldn't want to box Alex Wasabi. There was Alex suggested he and I box on Misfits last year. Alex was like, "Hey, let's talk to Mams. Let's get you and I to box." Alex and I are also the exact same height and weight. And I was just like, I don't know, dude, like you'd really mess me up. And like, I didn't want to do that. I'd like to box someone that I think is at my level. People say Matt Watson and AB weren't on my level. They were. We had the same experience, similar body, similar height. If the same amount of training was put in, I think it would have been a fair match. And I don't know if that was the case, because I would really put a lot more training in than they did. But Ian does put that training in. And that's why I feel Ian and I would be a genuinely good match. And I think he does think that. I think he agrees with me, and he's just not going to admit it, because it wouldn't look good if he lost. But I'm trying to...
Veronica Rose in chat says, "Alex, oh, you're an Alex Wasabi fan." I know he was a part of both of the Critical Clash 1s and 2s. I don't know anything about him, but I know he was a part of I think he's a content creator. He's a content creator, but I just don't know what he talks about really.
Offer him a way out. Like, dude, it would look good. Even if you lost, it'd probably be close. I really think it would be close. It'd be down to points. And none of us would look bad. We would battle it out and it would look great and we could put this behind us. And I think he genuinely could redeem himself. The internet wants it so bad. And if he did, the internet would be happy and be like, okay, dude, that was cool that you did that. And I think people would let go of some of the stuff they're angry about. I really feel this way.
No, I feel you. And I mean, plus, I mean, yeah, like when Dad fought the Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Matt, yeah, that was like a 15-second fight. So we never really got to see what he can do. And the fight against AB got gassed out very quickly. So, I mean, again, you definitely have more endurance than the two of them. You have a better boxing skill. So I actually do imagine that it wouldn't have been that much of a competitive fight.
So if this guy has only seen my 2 Creator Clash matches, sure, he might think, oh, I don't know what he can do. He can't go as far. But you shouldn't assume I couldn't do what Ian has done in the ring because you haven't seen it. Obviously, I'm training with amateur 20-something-year-old boxers, like real boxers, and I'm going the whole distance and longer a lot of times because we have to train more rounds than you.
And anyways, I'll get into the skill part that the guy was just talking about. If literally right now, if you put Dad against iDubbbz, Dad would destroy iDubbbz. iDubbbz has publicly and stated post him destroying his Creator Clash event. He hates boxing. He doesn't even like boxing. He doesn't like doing any physical stuff. He admitted he had never played sports when he was in school. He's not an athletic person. And then he ended up again surprising people by saying, "I hate boxing. I never wanted to do this He called it a stupid event." And it's like, so wait, you dedicated years of your life to this event for a sport you don't care about? Just a weirdo. But like, Dad is somebody who legitimately likes it, and I bet you he just said he continuously has been training. So like, that's another thing is like, Dad right now, Dad would destroy iDubbbz. I guarantee you iDubbbz isn't training or anything. He used to be part of my childhood. I don't know what his newer content is nowadays, but it's always nice to... Oh, Alex Wasabi.
Do in the actual fight. I've done 10 3-minute rounds with these amateurs. I have the cardio. I just danced for 24 hours yesterday. I got the cardio, dude. So I'm to this man on...
Scott Twilight said, but why even host an event because he doesn't care about it? That is one of the big questions with iDubbbz and his wife Anissa, is why start Creator Clash in general when it doesn't sound like either of you actually like boxing. I don't know. Money, probably. I mean, it was technically supposed to be a charity event. I think it was all clout, honestly. I think they just wanted to have an event that was big and popular, and they wanted to draw in all these fancy, rich, wealthy influencers and have all these people come to events. And I think that's all it was. It was something that they thought about, and they thought it would give them clout and make them household names or something. I don't know. I don't think it particularly worked all that well for them, other than making them super hated. But gosh, I know way too much about this, but yeah, they literally in the background, this event was how they were like meeting other influencers and stuff. So really weird why that's your avenue to trying to get clout and become... I mean, iDubbbz was already kind of famous before this, so it's... The whole thing is so weird, is why ruin iDubbbz's career the way he and his wife have done? He was already like a probably millionaire, big YouTube creator. He was iDubbbz. He was the guy going after Keemstar and of the other people of the sort. It's like, just, I don't know. They totally threw away his career, basically. So this is basically like Tyson and Paul fight, where they most likely did whatever and got their paycheck and headed out. No, Odin, I wouldn't say that. I would say the Tyson-Paul fight was not a real fight. I would say most of the fights within Creator Clash are real fights. They're just amateurs, though. They're people that, have never actually... Most of the time, they're people who have never boxed, other than just in practice and stuff and training. Tyson and Paul are legitimate people who have done more than multiple fights. But in my opinion, what Jake Paul and his brother Logan Paul is mainly scam. In my opinion, those two guys are scam artists. So none of those fights that Logan or Jake Paul have been a part of, in my personal opinion, are real fights. That's why they never lose. They essentially pay some washed up celebrity to come fight them, and then I won. You know what I mean? It's like, well, yeah, of course you won. You fought 60-year-old Mike Tyson. Oh, well, that's my opinion. Creator Clash put on real fights. They are real fights. They're amateurs. They're people they're celebrity influencers.
This interview, I assure you, I can go the distance. And I guess you haven't seen on the Dad channel, or I just hit the punching bag nonstop for 15 minutes straight, which is a pretty hard thing to do. I've put videos out showing I have what it takes to go the distance more than my 22 seconds. And because I do all that stuff, this psychotic cardio, that is why my matches then end in the first round. So, sir, I would like to inform you that yes, I do think I could go the distance with Ian.
Beyond all of that, I'm trying to find my own peace right now, and it's really hard to fucking fight physically, fight online, fight all these different battles simultaneously. I do not want to fucking participate in 50 different fights. It's just not. It's exhausting. It sucks. I'll figure it out with time, but
it's exhausting. It sucks, and yet he's constantly him and his wife are constantly online, attacking H3 and everyone else a part of the former Creator Clashes who are coming after, who are coming to bitch at them for everything they did. My personal opinion, what I think is happening with iDubbbz is iDubbbz is lazy. I think that's one of the big things that I believe about him, is I think he's super incredibly lazy. If you guys look at a lot of his older videos, the quality of his videos is really good, really well done. And as if you guys notice, if you look at any of his current videos, the quality of the content stinks. Look at his current stream. Look at this video with him right now. What do you see in his well, first off, the video is super pixelated, but look at his background. What is that background? As somebody who is an influencer creator, and I'm not going to be like, I don't want to, I actually, you know what? I'm going to defend myself. I was going to be humble. I think my background is 10 million times better than what he's got here. One, I normally either have my game collection in my background, which I have a big game collection, and I set that up in particular because I always knew one day I wanted to do streaming and stuff like that. So I put that there because I wanted to make a pretty background. And two, I have my green screen, which kind of ensures that I don't need to show my background sometimes. That's me putting in effort. What is this effort that you see on screen with whatever his current setup is? What is that? Is that a curtain with black tape on a wall? Like, come on. I mean, not that I know he's a million times bigger than my channel in terms of subscribers and views, but like, I feel like I'm in a position where I can critique the quality of what he's making, and whatever he's got in the background there, that is low effort. So, but he was not always like that. Back in the day, iDubbbz would put quality content out, and I think what was happening back then, I don't know for sure, I think he had editors. I think back in the day he was hiring editors or hired somebody to edit all of his stuff. And I think all that's happened over time is he doesn't have editors anymore. Him or Anissa are the ones putting together all of their content. And it's like, dude, what I'm looking at on screen stinks, in my opinion. I don't know. That's just me critiquing him. It went from putting passion to being lazy to get something out. Skylar Twilight, and that's another thing, is that they were H3 brought on his former boxing trainer Michael Briggs, and Michael Briggs was even saying there were multiple times during training when he wouldn't even be able to get a hold of iDubbbz for like long periods of time. I think he said almost like a 6-month period he didn't talk to iDubbbz when iDubbbz is supposed to be training year round for his own boxing event. And it's like, I mean, clearly iDubbbz doesn't have a passion for boxing or his event he was running, or shoot, clearly streaming is a problem. I think iDubbbz and Anissa are just lazy. Which is crazy. That's all I'll say. I was getting ready to say, for somebody like me, who I feel like you guys can tell I have a passion and enjoy for what I'm doing. Like, I don't even get anything like all that big monetarily out of what I'm doing, and I feel like I put in way more effort than what they do. It's like, I don't know. Let's continue on with that.
One fight at a time, I think, is all I need.
That response is a lot more understandable and respectable. Yes, a lot of people are coming at him. I'm sure it's really crappy and really stressful. I'm part of it, and I don't necessarily
Largely
mean to do
iDubbbz'
that. I'm trying to
fault.
stand up for myself and voice my opinion and address things that have happened and how they've made me feel.
Odin Salty says, bruh, even the short videos I make on my other channel, I make the videos myself and try to make it look alright. And I try to have fun making whatever. Yeah, that's all you can really ask of yourself
But in
and
doing
of
so,
your
I am
content in
then,
general.
yes, like they said, bringing more attention to the crappy stuff that he's done. And now he has to deal with that, and he's doing all that stuff. So, yeah, that makes way more sense. He doesn't want to box someone who's involved in all that drama and pull him deeper into it. If he's trying to put out these fires and like fade away, seems like he's trying to distance himself from all this stuff and then just be over with it. He doesn't want to go and box me. But I have to remind him it's all happening because of his own doing. He caused this fire. He
Yes,
put
that's
out
what I
this
said.
giant video on his friend. It was a complete 180 turn, and now he's like, "Nope, stop talking to me about this. Stop talking about this." He started the fire, and
I've had so much effort put into a video just to have 70 views, and I still feel proud of it. Dude, I have put in, like... I've had videos that I've spent 15 to 20 hours on that have probably only gotten 100 views, so I get what it's like. Dude, there's early videos, that one... Some of that one Cowboy Bebop, I did an entire video summarizing the entire series Cowboy Bebop, which is like a really well done video. I felt like I did. That video never went on to do anything, and it's like I'm still proud of it. I still love that video, but it's like I get that. Like that video may have 100 views on it or something, and I may probably spent 20 to 30 hours or something working on that video. And that's not, the recognition is an important aspect, but I've always felt like, I don't know, eventually, if you put out quality stuff, eventually people will notice.
now is mad that it's still burning. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not a fan of him, and I just don't want to give him my attention.
and I gotta say, watching the old video he did where he was just yelling at Rice Milk, it's super funny how the tables have turned. He is doing the exact thing that Rice Milk did to him. He's avoiding me, just like Rice Milk avoided him. And now Ian actually knows how to box, and he thinks he's a better boxer than me. Everything he said in that old video is the complete opposite now in 2025.
In a fight versus me and Rice Gum, because like I'm sad. I'm very sad because I want the event to happen. I've spent a lot of time doing it, and Rice Gum is just fucking like not being cooperative at all, and it sucks. Ass. If this Rice Gum thing doesn't work out, I'll make fun of him some more.
Yeah, this guy who has no problem instigating and dragging things on forever will not respond to me, talk to me when I talk to him like a normal person. And I don't just make fun of him. So maybe that's my problem.
Don't want to give him my attention in general. Like, I think he's been an asshole. So fuck him.
And then
That's why it says there's some random projects I've made, though I've never posted half of them, but I still feel proud of how much effort I put in. Yeah, no. That's the important part. Yeah, the whole thing I've always felt is if you just put enough content out there, hopefully eventually people notice it, and whatever you make next gets the attention from that.
I guess that's where Ian is now trying to like end this whole interaction with he and myself, even though he's not even interacting with me. It's just me yelling at clouds alone here, but I know he's seeing these videos. I'd like to ask him, when was I an a-hole? When? Tell me exactly in a video what line I said, what complaint I said, because it's all I'm pretty sure all I've said is how I feel, how he made me feel, how inconsiderate he and Anissa were, how crappy it was to not think of other people, how uncommunicative they were. Being an a-hole would mean I've said unnecessary things, gone beyond the point of respect, and gone beyond and said something unfair and insulting to you. Which maybe because I went on a podcast with someone you're not friends with anymore, I'm now an a-hole. You made an hour-long video on someone that you were friends with, and then just because now you don't like them, if I talked to them, I'm an a-hole. Am I like indebted to you? I can never talk to anyone you don't like, and if I do, I'm an a-hole. I never ever acted like an a-hole, and you know that. I think that's just him saying that to be like, oh, I don't like him, he's an a-hole. And stop talking to me about this, please, because I don't have anything else I can say. This is my only way out of it.
Yeah, I mean, Dad's right. I mean, yeah, iDubbbz is just fishing for straws. He's just, what can I say about this guy? And part of the problem is that, like, largely on probably iDubbbz's audience, that's probably a successful thing to do, because unfortunately nowadays nobody looks into anything. Just because somebody's a fan of iDubbbz, his fans will probably say, "Oh, iDubbbz told me this guy's an a-hole, therefore he's an a-hole." And it's like, no, look into conversations and dialogue you, Dad, and him have had. Don't just because someone tells you something doesn't mean you just flat out believe it. Go look at things they've said or whatever. It's like, I don't know. I was gonna bring up something political, and I'm like, nope, not bringing that up. I was gonna no, I'm not doing it.
Insult him
Not,
and be
not
like,
right
"He's
now.
mean to
It's
me."
too late.
I wasn't though, and you know I wasn't. It looks to me like when he says I'm an a-hole, he's lacking
It's giving high school
any
drama.
real
Oh,
complaint. He's lacking any.
That is a great point. That is a big point. A lot of people have said is iDubbbz and Anissa come off as two young people who still act as though they're in high school. I've heard that said a bunch of times, and I agree. They're largely, their brains never fully matured.
genuine critique of the way I've acted, and he just says this vague blanket like, "Oh, he's an a-hole, f him." He can't actually say what I've done that makes me an a-hole, and that's why he didn't. I feel.
Odin Salty says, "How did Filthy Frank turn out to be the least controversial guy out of the whole group? He used to be part of. He only doesn't seem to cause any bullcrap for the most part." Well, not just Filthy Frank. I think for the most part, Max Mofo and his brother have largely stayed out of any drama or anything. I wouldn't necessarily say H3 is like the most controversial person ever. I mean, he definitely has his moments. But yeah, definitely if you want to say who's been talked about more, I would, or at least, yeah, Filthy Frank and Max Mofo and his brother have like largely, they have like I think Max Mofo and his brother have their own podcasts and stuff. And then Filthy Frank, he went on to do the Joji stuff. Who knows what the heck he's doing now? I mean, I've always said the only thing I hated is I never mind Filthy Frank going on to do the Joji, the music stuff, and to leave everything else behind. I never had a problem with that. My problem with Joji or Frank or what's his name, George, whatever his name is. My problem with him was always that he hates his previous career in YouTube. He hates all of his videos, hates the character Pink Guy and all that stuff, and that has always been a source of like kind of disappointment from my end, is simply because like I loved the channel. I loved all the characters and the humor and everything. I get it. It's immature, could be controversial at times, but to me it was always just a character, and it's just someone trying to be funny. I don't know. I kind of knowing Frank doesn't want anything to do with that previous stuff. It's a little disappointing, but whatever. You know, I can get past that. But yeah, H3's, he's kind of had his moments here and there, and then, in my opinion, the one that's the most disappointing out of that old group is iDubbbz. iDubbbz is totally just like completely gone on the deep end. He's the only one out of the group that I like vehemently dislike now. But I will admit, he kind of did the same thing as Joji did. Like, he hates his previous content, hates his previous fans, wants absolutely nothing to do with any of that previous stuff. But at least Joji kind of leaves it there and isn't constantly badgering and talking about that stuff. iDubbbz is constantly talking about his previous things and previous controversies. And it's just like, dude, like, I think the biggest problem is that I'm learning that iDubbbz is a very uninteresting person, which is crazy. I don't know where that happened, because his old content was very good and very interesting. I know I don't like attacking people's significant others or blaming them for things, but like, this is probably, in my opinion, probably the biggest example of like a relationship like really being bad for like a content creator. I've never personally seen this before, but like I truly feel like since and I used to dislike that whole narrative of people calling Anissa a succubus and she was dragging him down and she was going to ruin his career, and I was always like, no, that you're being ridiculous. She's not that bad. No, I actually do think, you know, I don't mean to throw any hate on her, but like she has been like a total detriment to like iDubbbz's career. Now the big question is she a total detriment or was iDubbbz always like that? That's the two like that's the interesting thing about the iDubbbz Ian thing is like again, was he always like that or did she change him or make him change up? I have no idea. Like um some people just fall off like that sometimes. Yeah. Um it's just crazy though cuz like when you look back at the old Filthy Frank, Max Mofo, iDubbbz content, um it's really weird. Like when I go back and look at the videos that iDubbbz is a part of, he does kind of stand out now. Like when I look at those videos, because I guess I never paid attention before, but he does seem like subtly uncomfortable, I guess, in ways. So like, I don't know for sure, but like, almost part of me almost wonders, was he just doing stuff for attention? Like, was he only friends with them because they were big YouTubers and he just was like making a name for himself? And then, I don't know. No, I wouldn't say that. It's hard to say because his takedown videos later on with like Rice Gum and Keemstar and stuff, they were good to great videos. So it's like maybe he just maybe it was the relationship and loss of passion. I don't know.
When all is said and done, Ian didn't like how much negative attention he got from the problems he caused, and now he's just trying to make it go away. And it's not going away, and it's driving him nuts. Anyway, I will be boxing. I guess it won't be Ian, but I truly feel he will not look good if he addresses me because he knows I did nothing wrong. So he's in a roundabout way responding to me without responding to me. Because if he did put a video out and talked about me, he wouldn't look good because he has no reason to actually be mean to me. And it's now showing, and it's obvious. He picks and chooses the things he responds to, all these online critiques, all these other people.
Odin Salty says, that's why I don't watch old Vanoss videos because I'll see one old member that is a weirdo in the present that texted minors or whatever. I've never even heard of Vanoss. Is that a content creator group? I mean, to be fair, you said some people just fall off. There's other people, content creators, that I've stopped paying attention to because of that. I used to watch a lot of Boogie2988. I did a whole video on him because of how crappy he is now. But I used to love his video and content, and then Boogie got crazy, which, I mean, to be fair, I mean, luckily he's kind of joined the lolcow universe with Keemstar, and they seem to be fairly uncontroversial now with their podcast stuff. So, I mean, good on him. But like, yeah, Boogie totally fell off. I don't know what he was. He was a nutcase, head case, in my opinion. Trying to think of anybody else content creator wise that I used to F with. I think for the most part, I still watch all the same people I've always watched. I watch AVGN, Red Letter Media, Angry Joe, H3. Dude, I'm stuck in my ways. I still watch a lot of the same people. Probably the only people I don't watch anymore are iDubbbz and Boogie. Those are probably the only two people I've like would consider have fallen off.
People are complaining about him. He only responds to specific moments and not the valid complaints about him and the things he's done wrong. One of those things being everything I've said about how he handled Creator Clash 3. That's it. There's nothing else to say. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
All right, and that is that. Just to be nice to Dad, he said in the description is his donation. I guess you guys can just go to the video. There's a link there, but go to donate to him. Goodness, I'm feeling tired. I think that's shoot, man. Let me do one more browse to YouTube, see if there's anything else that pops up that we can check out and talk about. You know what? I think I'm good calling things there. Let me throw on some music. Musica. Vanos made a video recently about the Gary's Mod Epstein Island map, and they brought out Mini Lad's player mod. I don't know what any of that is you just said, but I believe you. I believe you that it's good. Alright, everybody. I think I'm going to call it there. So, hopefully you enjoyed me bringing back ChazmaN Live. I think, well, not think, I keep saying think. You guys can definitely expect I'm going to be doing these now weekly. If you guys haven't seen, I'm going to be doing these on Thursday. Now, granted, today's Wednesday. I'm doing it today because I'm going to be gone tomorrow. I'm going to be going to a concert. So, yeah, no content tomorrow. I'll make that known in the Discord. But, yeah, so, again, back to Thursdays, we'll be doing this. Feel free, again, in the Discord, there's a section for drama and tea or whatever. Throw your topics my way, anything that's interesting, anything I find interesting, I'll watch some videos on, like learning about. I like doing that kind of stuff, so this was kind of fun. What did we do? We talked about mainly a lot of game announcements that have been from the last couple of days, and then we talked about some Alien, the Alien TV show Alien Earth, and then we watched a video from Dad, or Nathan Barnett, so had a pretty good time there. So let's see who to thank in chat. I think we had Scarlet Twilight, Veronica Rose, and Odin is Salty. Thank you so much, y'all. Oh, we also had Big Boy Beast, I think, in chat, right? Yeah, Big Boy Beast was in chat. Thank you so much, Big Boy. Good to see you again. What to expect content-wise? Again, Friday we're going to be playing the game Mad Father, so tune in Friday. And then Saturday I'm probably going to do a full day of streaming. Maybe like a long stream day. Try and play some Persona 3, and then also we're going to be starting Silent Hill F. So you can look forward to that. Yes, Mad Father, said Skyla. I'm happy you're excited for that game. It kind of stuck out to me. I like anime styles, and it looked like a spooky time game, so I figured why not? We'll play that one. Odin Salty said, I joined in at a later time, and I didn't get to see everything. Well, I apologize. Odin, the stream will still be up. I'm going to leave the stream up, of course. And, as always, I think I'm going to make a bunch of content out of... that's the one thing I love about doing the ChazmaN Lives, is like, I can splice up all of the major important sections of stuff I had fun talking about, and I'm probably going to put that out as content itself, so... I'll definitely post that in the Discord if you're in the Discord, and you guys can have fun with that. This is all I do now, is just make content, so... I got a lot of work to do now. I'm going to go do that. I'm literally going to go start putting some of these videos out right now. But yeah, that's all I got. Oh, real quick, let me throw up the banner. Thank you to the Patreon backers, BioCrash Tim, Mad Carbon, Phantom Fox. Appreciate your guys' support. On screens, the Patreon, the Discord, any of the socials. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. So thank you so much, y'all, for joining. Again, I always never feel like motivated to do the ChazmaN Lives, and then I feel like once we get into them, I really enjoy doing them. So I gotta start doing that. Oh, I should also say, I mentioned to you guys I'm thinking about doing a new video series. It may end up getting its own YouTube channel, so keep an eye out. I'll be telling you guys about some of it and in the Discord and stuff. But I broached the idea with my buddy Phoenix, and he thought it sounded like a really fun idea. So I'm glad. Again, I mentioned it earlier. It has something to do with interviews, so we may be doing some interviews on the channel. Now, what kind of interviews? Stand by. wait till the next episode of Dragon Ball, and I'll tell you. I'm gonna watch the Wolverine game review. Hey, nice. I'm actually gonna put that out for content as well. Spice my reaction to that. So that's all. Thank you so much, everyone. I love you. I'll see you guys not tomorrow, but Friday. So bye, everybody.